Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Go ahead.
Okay. Shudridhatu virimamur adyamana.
Tridhatubhir imamuhur ardyamana.
Shitoshnavata varashad itaretarachcha.
Shitoshnavata varshir itaretaracha.
Kamagninachyutarushacha sudurbharena.
Kamagnina chitarusha cha sudurbharena.
Sampashyato mana urukramasidate me.
Sampashyato mana urukrama siddhate me.
Lord Brahma says, O great actor, my Lord, all these poor creatures are constantly perplexed by hunger, thirst, severe cold, secretion and bile, attacked by coughing winter, blasting summer, rains, and many other disturbing elements, and overwhelmed by strong sex urges and indefatigable anger. I take pity on them, and I am very much aggrieved for them. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. A pure devotee of the Lord like Brahma and persons in his disciplic succession are always unhappy to see the perplexities of the conditioned souls, who are suffering the onslaughts of the threefold miseries which pertain to the body and mind, to the disturbances of material nature, and to many other such material disadvantages. Not knowing adequate measures for relieving such difficulties, suffering persons sometimes pose themselves as leaders of the people, and the unfortunate followers are put into further disadvantages under such so-called leadership. This is like a blind man's leading another blind man to fall into a ditch. Therefore, unless the devotees of the Lord take pity on them and teach them the right path, their lives are hopeless failures. The devotees of the Lord who voluntarily take the responsibility of raising the foolish materialistic sense enjoyers are as confidential to the Lord as Lord Brahma. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakritva Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dilatahinam. Hare Krishna. So again, Lord Brahma is compassionately seeing the living beings in this world and wishing them well and feeling aggrieved for them. So a devotee of the Lord is naturally compassionate and feels for the pain of others. They're paradukha dukhi. So if someone else is suffering, they feel that suffering. And devotees have a soft heart. And as Lord Krishna says in the Gita, one knows the sufferings of others by their own experience of suffering. So you can understand that all living beings are going through different varieties of pain in this world. And there's no end to this suffering. Krishna certifies this world as dukhalayam ashashvatam. Dukhalayam is a place of misery, and this misery will never end until the people of this world reconnect with Krishna and understand who they are as spiritual beings. Because our body will always have some suffering. So long as we're identified with this body and mind, there will always be suffering. Only when we remember we are Satchit Ananda, we are the spirit soul, then we can be relieved from the miseries of this material life. And as Srila Prabhupada points out here, there are many cheaters who pretend to be a leader, but they don't have real knowledge. So conditioned souls have four defects. They are prone to make mistakes. They are prone to be in illusion. Their senses are imperfect, and they cheat. So despite having these defects, people claim they have knowledge. They claim that I can lead you on the right path. Every politician wants to be elected and they say, I will give you this. You give me your vote. I will make sure that you get this facility you like, whatever. But they are not in real knowledge and they can't actually help anybody with the real problems of life, with birth, death, old age, and disease. Even all the big universities, they can't help with these problems. They are simply designed to give material education for a career. But what's the use of a career if you don't have Krishna consciousness? What's the use of a big home? What's the use of a big family? What's the use of anything without Krishna consciousness? It's all empty. It can only give some fleeting pleasure. Even if you go up to Brahmaloka, even if you go to the highest place in this world, still it's temporary. You can stay there for millions and millions of years and enjoy. But eventually, time runs out. So there will always be fear. We're always afraid in this world. Because we're building on sand. There's no strong foundation. And so all the wonderful things that we accumulate in this world, it's built on a foundation which is not solid. And so at any time it will be washed away. So how can we ever be secure? How can we ever be comfortable in this world if we know that at any time everything we have can be taken? Kamala Dala Jala, Jivana Talamana. This is the position of the jiva. We're like a little drop of water on the leaf of a lotus flower. And you never know, just a slight breeze and that drop is gone. So at any moment, we have no idea when we will be called, when death will come. Krishna approaches everybody, right? And for those who are not devotees, he approaches as death. And he will force everybody to surrender by the form of death, right? As you get old, you start to offer obeisances as your body begins to deteriorate. And eventually you fall, the body falls down. You must surrender to Krishna in the form of death. So there's no way we can get around these problems of birth, death, old age, disease, unless, as Srila Prabhupada says, the devotees of the Lord take pity on the conditioned souls in this world and teach them the right path. Otherwise, their lives are hopeless failures. But you try to tell someone this and they don't believe you, right? People don't think their life is a hopeless failure. They're thinking, no, I'm an important person. I have so much money. I'm powerful, right? My family is supporting me. I'll be okay. So this means blind. can't see. We are running into a ditch or it's like there's a cliff and we're running towards it at full speed and just thinking, this is a good time, I'm enjoying, not knowing that very soon there's disaster. It's amazing, Krishna's illusion, isn't it? That we can be so much in a dangerous situation and think, I'm okay. Maya is so amazing. Daivihiesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya. It's very strong. Duratyaya. And it's impossible to overcome without the help of Krishna. But very easy to overcome with the help of Krishna. Mamevaye prapadyante mayam etam tadantite. If you just surrender to Krishna, very easily He will take us out of this world. Sarva dharman parityajya mamikam shranam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. He says it's so easy, you just surrender. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Just think of me, offer your obeisances, worship me, offer your respects. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Because you are very dear to me, I will definitely bring you back to me at the end. So he makes it so easy, but most people don't want to. They don't want to submit. Crazy, huh? People are so much in suffering, but they're thinking, I'm okay. I don't need Krishna. They think, yes, take shelter of something else. Yes. This is because people are mudha, naradhama, maya paharta jnana. Krishna says people don't surrender because they are hopelessly attached to material life, just working for some sense pleasure, or because they are illusioned, although they might be intelligent, they become some philosopher, poet, and make up their own ideas and don't accept Bhagavad Gita. Or they read Bhagavad Gita and they come up with their own conclusions, they speculate. Or they're just demonic and atheistic and say there is no God. Asatyam apratishtam te jagat ahur anishwaram. There's no God. There's no foundation in this world. So this is the sad state of the world. And so the devotees of the Lord voluntarily take the responsibility of raising the foolish materialistic sense enjoyers. This is the responsibility of the devotees of the Lord, is to help reach out. So we have this food truck recently started to help give this prasadam. Huh? Yes. It's very easy. You come, you eat one samosa, and immediately Krishna is pleased. You come closer to Krishna. Yeah. You come here, you just take darshan of these beautiful deities. You take one piece of Mahaprasad, and people will make some progress towards Krishna. And they get sukriti, and gradually it's easier for them to chant Hare Krishna and take up sadhana bhakti. So what Srila Prabhupada envisioned for ISKCON is that it's an educational society. And through systematic education of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we can raise people to become Brahmana Vaishnavas, capable of helping many, many people. If you can understand the basic philosophy of the Gita, you can help so many people. Lord Chaitanya says it's very easy. Yare deka tarika Krishna upadesh, amar agyai gurahaya, tara edesh. Just wherever you go, work, school, the grocery store, whatever, whoever you meet, you just tell them the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. And in this way, you are a guru, Lord Chaitanya says. And you liberate everybody in your land. So in Thunder Bay, wherever you go, whoever you meet, just tell them about Krishna from what you've heard in these classes. And that's guru. That's what it means to be guru. You hear the instruction, you apply the instruction, and you share the instruction. If we don't share the instruction, it's like there's a pandemic, we have the vaccine, and we don't share. So it's selfish if we don't share. And if we do share, we get so much blessing from Krishna, right? Nachatasman manusheshu kaschin mam priya kritama. The most dear devotee is the one who shares the message of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says. So that other verse, Pratijani priyosime. Krishna says, I will take you back to me because you're priya. You're very dear to me. And who's the most dear to Krishna? The one who shares the message of the Gita. So very easily, Krishna says, this person who shares the message of the Gita, not only are they the most dear to me, but there will never be anybody more dear to me. And for them, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, they will come back to me. So that's a good deal, right? It's simple. Just study, hear Gita, practice what you hear, share what you hear. But why don't we? What stops us from sharing the Gita? Is fear, right? Is one thing. What will they say? What if they don't like it? What if they don't like me? What if they criticize, right? Or why else might we not share the Gita? Maybe I don't feel I'm pure enough. I'm not a guru. I can't teach, right? Yeah, who am I? I'm just a tiny devotee. I'm just a little servant of Krishna.
People are lazy. They don't want to do it.
Hmm. So we might teach, but people won't follow.
Lazy. They don't want to do it. People understand Gita.
Mm-hmm.
They know Gita, but they are lazy. They don't want to take the responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it says voluntarily take the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But even Krishna consciousness devotees who take an initiation doesn't want to take the responsibility.
Yeah.
Everybody is running away from the responsibility, right? Even the initiated devotees. So then, if you don't take the responsibility, taking a responsibility is a crucial part of the whole thing. Like when you start some program, you have to take the responsibility of failure or success, whatever it is.
Yes.
But nobody wants to take the responsibility of somebody else.
Yes.
Because everybody thinks that their freedom will be gone.
Yes.
So we have to take the responsibility. Means any seva which is given to you, you do it responsibly, which means you do it 100%. Some people, they do it just because it has been told to do that. But they don't put their heart and soul in it. Taking responsibility is putting heart and soul. But that is missing actually. So when Prabhupada is using a word, he is using very carefully. Actually, he would have said devotees of the Lord who can raise the foolish, who raises the foolish materialist. But he puts a very special word there, the responsibility.
Yes.
And that word responsibility is very, very crucial here, which is missing. Any movement will be successful if the people are responsible. But when the dwindling starts, when people are not responsible. And that is a leadership quality which is missing in the Pyare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh, but that has to be a responsible person who knows the time, place, circumstances, and his responsibility that, okay, he's here to spread the message. So that responsibility part is missing in many of the leaders. You see?
Yes. Yeah. Responsibility means even if it's not fun, even if I'm not getting appreciated, even if I'm getting criticized.
It is a military rule, right? If you go in the military, every soldier is responsible. If you are not, then you are fired. So we are the soldiers of Krishna, which means that you have to fight no matter what. That is a responsible person. It's not that running away, something happens and you run away. Prabhupada didn't run away. He was responsible. And he stayed there even if he had physical problems or people criticize him. He was responsible means that you don't backtrack. You just keep on doing what you are supposed to do. That part is missing. You see.
Yeah, I want to serve when I want to serve.
Or I will serve what I like to serve.
Yes.
I will not do bathroom cleaning. I will just do deity worship. That is not responsible.
I want the glorious service.
So that responsibility part means that no matter what, small or big, I will do it. Doesn't matter because it's a service and it is my responsibility. Like you have a child, you're responsible for the child, which means that you will clean the diapers also because you are responsible. You will carry him on your shoulders because you're responsible. Are we responsible to Krishna similarly? No matter what happens, even I'm sick, I will do what I need to do. So that responsibility part is the crucial of the whole thing, actually, which is missing. And that's why the movements don't grow.
Yes, and it's because we're not seeing the perspective of Lord Brahma. Out of compassion, he's seeing people are suffering in this world. And so if we see that, of course we'll come and do our seva with responsibility. My seva, even something small here, is helping save people from suffering in this world. Just cleaning the dishes, I'm helping with the food truck, which is giving prasadam to help conditioned souls come back to Krishna. So every small part of seva we play and for Krishna's temple is helping compassionately to save the suffering souls in this world.
Yeah.
We need to develop this vision of Lord Brahma. Develop this compassion.
Thank you. Srila Prabhupada.
Ki Jai. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Just
Prabhuji.
thank people online.
Yes, thank you. Anybody online?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kadambari ji, for joining us. We'll see you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.